Welcome to the Dowden Podcast. I'm your host, Colgan Bickey, and today we're going to talk about the real importance of action and why, if you genuinely want to start to change your life and truly reach those real goals, then it is absolutely crucial for you to stop letting your actions contradict your words and instead just really start to learn not only how to follow through with these things, but how to then properly build real discipline and consistency towards them from here on out. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. That way you don't miss any weekly episodes and posts. You can find video of this episode strictly on YouTube, but the audio everywhere else. Now, when it comes to truly feeling stuck and just feeling like you don't know where to go, like you're just constantly going in these never ending cycles and you just don't know where to take that first step, 9 out of 10 times, the reason you're feeling like this is because your actions are contradicting your words. Okay, understand that when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, whether that's through your mental health, your physical just physique, your careers, your hobbies, your relationship, or just your day-to-day life, this is something that is not only destroying your growth, but the confidence in yourself, right? It's letting yourself know that you don't believe in yourself, you don't trust yourself enough to follow through with these things because you say you want to live this life. You say you want to do these things, but then your actions do the opposite. Because that's exactly what I was doing, right? I would say I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but then I would go mess around with friends. I would say I wanted to start building my physique, but then I would never go to the gym. And through that, it started to not only have me lose trust in myself, but my confidence. It destroyed my growth, my potential, and where I wanted to be until I not only started to learn how to properly follow through with these things, but then how to truly build real discipline and consistency towards them from here on out. Because you see, back when I was still living in the city, letting my actions contradict my words was something that I was just literally doing on a day to day basis. Like whether it was through my career, my 9 to 5, my hobbies, my goals, school. I mean, whatever it might be, I was literally sitting there constantly telling myself, oh, yeah, we're going to go to school today. We're going to get homework done. Oh, let's go to the gym for 30 minutes. Oh, let's start working on a business. Oh, maybe let's go work on music. Because back then I did music, but my actions would never follow through with it, right? I would want to do these things, but then my actions would do the opposite. And it literally would just throw me into these never ending cycles to where when it was time to act, when it was time to do the important things, I would hesitate because I didn't trust myself, because I didn't believe in myself, because if I did, my actions would align with it, right? Because I wanted to have all these goals. I had all these dreams. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but then I would go out and just hang out on the streets and do crazy stuff. I would go sit in the stairwells and just find a bunch of random stuff to do and just do absolutely nothing with my life. But then I had these big goals, and it just created this constant frustration because I knew I was destined for more. I knew I could be bigger than everyone else around me. And that's not an ego thing. It's just me knowing what I was capable of, but I would just never apply myself. And because of that, it literally destroyed my confidence, my trust, my full potential, and just my day to day growth. Because instead of applying myself towards these tasks like I wanted to, my actions would do the exact opposite, having it just hold me back and destroy my life on a day to day basis. Because when you do go and just constantly say you're going to do these things, no matter what it is, like I said before, whether that is through your hobbies, your goals, a relationship, your career, your dreams, whatever it might be, when you just constantly sit there and say you're going to do something, but then never do it, you're literally just reinforcing your mind to stay in that same cycle. That is the exact reason, because you're not taking any real action. You're basically telling your mind that it's okay to be lazy, it's okay to live in these excuses, and that you don't need to trust yourself. Because if you got rid of all three of those things, you would be striving for these things right now. there would be no excuse. Because once you start losing trust in yourself, this cycle gets 10 times harder. Understand that in order to make anything real, especially at a giant scale, you have to believe in yourself. There's multiple times in my life, especially closest people towards me, where they have told me that I'm wasting my time, where they have told me that I shouldn't be doing this. But because I have believed in myself, in my own capabilities, I have gotten to where I'm at. But if you lose trust in that, you lose trust in your own capabilities, what you can achieve, and where you should be, you're going to remain in these same cycles. Understand that consistency can't be made where excuses are built. Okay, you have to get rid of the excuses in order to be consistent, in order to build discipline. And by doing all three of these things, you're holding yourself back from reaching that full potential like you should be. So, if you genuinely want to start to change your life and reach those real goals, then understanding that you have to stop letting your actions contradict your words truly is so important. Because when I sit here and tell you guys that until you start to take these first steps, until you start to break out of the comfort zone, stop making the excuses, and start following through with what you say, nothing is going to change. You are going to remain stuck, you aren't going to have any confidence, and you're going to lose trust in yourself. Because as you see with me, that's exactly what had happened until I not only started to learn how to properly follow through with the things that I was doing, but then how to truly build real discipline and consistency towards them from here on out. So, moving forward, instead of just living every single day trapped in these same old cycles and just telling yourself you're going to do something, but then never do it, go ahead and just really start to change these things around. Start taking real action towards these things. Start by lowering the bar for yourself, right? If you want to be a content creator, don't just sit there and fantasize about the content creation. Just think about the 1 to 2 uploads today, right? It's still around content creation, but by lowering that bar, that helps you achieve it a little bit more. And this could be with anything, right? Let's say you want to go to the gym, you want to change your physique. Instead of being like, oh, I got to go to the gym for 2 hours, do the hardest workout, just be like, hey, let's go for 30 minutes. Let's focus on the arms and we'll go from there. Because when you set the bar so high for yourself, you're going to hesitate. You're not going to want to take those first steps. Secondly, start rewarding yourself with real action and not just things that you say you want to do, right? A lot of us sit there and we want to say we want to do these things, and it feels good to have the plan. It feels good to have it all mapped out. But unless you're taking action towards these things, none of it matters. So start rewarding yourself for real actions, not just for a plan. Most importantly, start holding yourself accountable. Stop lying to yourself and start building real trust. Because I promise you, the second you start to put real action behind the things you want to do, not only are you going to start feeling better, not only are you going to start feeling motivated, but you're going to see real growth. Your life is going to change because instead of just saying you're going to do something, you actually do it. So start trusting yourself. Start holding yourself accountable and lower that bar, because at the end of the day, you can achieve whatever you want in this world. I tell you guys this all the time. It is going to be hard. It's going to take time, but nothing is impossible as long as you stop letting your actions contradict your words and just really start to learn not only how to follow through with what you say, but how to then properly build real discipline and consistency towards these things from here on out. But with that said, today's quote is by Anton St. Martin. He once said, actions prove who someone is. Words just prove who they want to be. If you want to know the true value in someone's life, mute their words and watch their behavior. I appreciate you tuning in. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this is the Dowden Podcasts.